Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I am bringing you another episode of Eyeshadows Tea. Yes, I know it's been a while since I've done one, but today we are going to be using the new Milani Gilded Rouge Palette. Yay! I am also going to share my thoughts on some stuff that's been going on in the beauty community and how we can do better. So if you're ready, then I'm ready. So let's get started. Before we get started, I do want to say welcome to all of our new family members out there. And in case you're not familiar with me yet, my name is Leah Garrett, and I'm a cruelty-free makeup and beauty reviewer. I'm a makeup enthusiast, a plus-size beauty, and a PNH and ITP fighter. If you'd like to know more about those two diseases, there are videos down below that you can check out. If you want to go straight into the tutorial and the tea, I am going to put a timestamp right here on the screen for you. I am going to remember this time as opposed to Tuesday's video. If you just want to bypass all that I'm going to talk about and just get in straight into the tutorial and tea. So for today's episode of Eyeshadows and Tea, yes, I know I haven't done one in a while. I've been trying to kind of scale back on them because I don't want to really get into too much trouble, I guess. I don't know, but whatever. It is what it is. I do what I want. But we're not drinking tea today. We're actually drinking iced coffee, butter pecan iced coffee. And this is the Hubster's cup. This is not my cup. I am not a Packers fan. I'm a Tampa Bay Bucks fan. So yeah, it's just, this is the best cup to use it in. So yeah, I make my own iced coffee at home. Saves a lot of money. So good, so good. So the topic I'm going to talk about today is what we can do in the beauty community as a whole, and give y'all some examples of how we need to stop rewarding bad behavior in the beauty community, because that's what's been going on a lot lately. And I do have nieces that do look up to people in the beauty community because they are getting more into makeup. They are growing up, and I don't want them to be looking at these influencers, these problematic influencers, and thinking that it's okay to act a fool and whatnot. We can do better as a community, and we need to start doing better and start, you know, getting this together, being the community that we know we can be. The palette that I am using today is from Milani. It is the Gilded Rouge Palette. This is actually suggested by one of our family members, Rebecca Miljanic, MUA. Hey girl, she wanted me to try out one of these palettes, and I happily obliged. This is what the palette looks like. You do have 16 shadows in here. You have a variety of mattes, satins, shimmers, foil shades, and then you have 2 glitter shades right here. I do have swatches of these shadows in this video for you guys. You guys know that's what I do with Eyeshadows and Tea. And I show you guys just how I came up with this fun, dramatic, pink, purple look with this bold purple lip I got going on. And yeah, let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Alrighty, I went ahead and set my lids. I primed and set my lids. You guys know I used my Essence I Love Color Intensifying Base. As always, y'all know that is my tried and true primer. And then I went in with the shade Hush Hush and just set that. This is actually the first time I've actually used a Milani eyeshadow palette. So yeah, we're in for some fun. The next shade I want to go into is this one right here, Rosé Soirée. And use that as a transition shade. Now, I don't know what their definition is of a matte and a metallic, or a matte and a satin, but their matte shades really look more like satin shades than metallic shades. I'm just letting y'all know that. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what it is I want to talk about today. Let's see what we got going on here first. Ooh, she's nice. She definitely is a satin shade. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, so the purpose of this video today is for me to talk about some things that, you know, and give my opinion on things that go on in the beauty community. You guys know I am like really big on stating my opinion. And this is just my opinion. This is just how I feel. If you don't want to hear it, then you don't have to. Simple as that. But I feel, especially over the, I'm sorry for the kids screaming in the background outside. I feel that especially over the past couple months that we as a beauty community can do so much better than what we're doing right now. Especially as, especially when it comes into the play of the younger audience, our younger audience is looking up to us and looking at us for inspiration and seeing how this shadow is really nice. That is super pigmented. Like I said, I've never used a Milani eyeshadow before, so that's really impressive. As far as, you know, being an inspiration and seeing, and this younger generation seeing is that we do, and thinking that it's okay to just act a fool on social media and act a fool in real life, when in reality it's not. I remember in the days when I was younger, I sound like one of those people like, back in my day. I remember, you know, when I was younger, that we looked up to people that actually did something positive, that gave their all to something good in this world. And nowadays, it just seems like, especially in the beauty community, I mean, this could go out in, you know, in many different parts of our lives, but especially in the beauty community, it just seems like we're rewarding beauty influencers for the negative that they do. And that's not good, especially in my eyes, because you guys know I have nieces. I have my oldest niece who is 13. I have another niece that's getting ready to turn 11 in August. And they're at that age where they're very impressionable and they see what's going on and they think that's okay because nobody's taking accountability for it. And that really upsets me. And the reason why I bring this up is because my oldest niece Lexi sent me or posted something about me on her Snapchat saying how I was a big inspiration to her. And that means a lot to me. Now, 10, 15 years ago, Melissa is not the same as I am today. Trust you me. I am not saying I am perfect in any way, shape, or form. I have done some, you know, I've done some stuff in my day. But becoming an aunt, and especially with them growing up and looking at me as an inspiration, just really means a lot to me. And it really just makes me feel like us as a beauty community and as, you know, people in general, we can just do so much better. So yeah, I'm going to go further into depth with this in just a minute and give y'all some examples. I just wanted to start the conversation as to why I am doing this. So I am going to finish blending out this beautiful shade right here. Do my left eye and I'll be right back. All right, that shade is beautiful. I could use that just as one shade for the day and be done. That is a beautiful shade. It blended out really nicely. It's very pigmented. It's a lot more pigmented than what I thought it was going to be. And I will warn you right now, you do get a lot of kickback with this palette. All right, the next shade I want to go into is in this shade, Sangria. And just kind of place that. This is tough to talk. Actually, it's not tough to talk about. It's just hard to understand why people are rewarding this kind of behavior, especially when it comes into the beauty community. I want to try to keep it within the beauty community, but this is a subject that we could take about with all realms of our lives. So the past couple months, we have seen just a bunch of influencers that have just been balls to the wall acting like fools. It's as simple as that. They're acting like fools. You know what? This shade is not as dark as what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot darker, but it's just a smidge bit darker than the first shade I used. But, I mean, we have a lot of like I said, influencers out here that are just going balls to the walls, acting like fools, doing things that are not, doing things that our younger generation thinks that's okay to do, and not taking accountability for their actions. And there are a couple examples that I want to talk about, and in no way, shape, or form am I telling you guys to go on a witch hunt or to, you know, be vindictive when it comes to these people. You guys know how I feel about certain influencers, especially a couple of them I'm getting ready to talk about. But the first one being James Charles. I'm sorry, we can do, actually, I'm not sorry when I say this, we can do so much better than our younger generation looking up to him. We really can. You guys know I have not been a fan of his from the get-go. I will give him credit. He does have talent, even though he likes to inspire and not give credit, but that's okay, I guess, whatever. He does have talent, but the way he acts, the way he carries himself, the way that he just is overall just surpasses his talent, because he is so full of himself. He's overconfident, and he's just not a prime example of what I would want my nieces or nephews, if they want to, you know, dabble into makeup. I'm not gonna judge, you know, what I would want my nieces to look up to. Or any younger generation for that fact. And the sad part about it is that so many younger kids do. And they think it's okay to act like they're entitled, and they're, you know, they can do things and get away with them. And that's not the case. I had posted on my Facebook one day, and I think I may have posted it on my Instagram stories as well, is that if some of these influencers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, whatever, did what they did today when I was a teenager, they would be in jail. I'm just saying. But anyway, circling back to James Charles, I don't see him as a positive role model in this community at all whatsoever. I don't see him going out and doing charity work, unless it's like towards the end of the year when they need to have those tax write-offs coming in. Just saying. I don't see him going out doing continuous charity work. I don't see him doing anything good in the community. It just seems like people look at the beauty community and they automatically think of him and everything that he does. And it's sad. It is very, very sad, because there are many of us that are nowhere near like him. And what set me off to talk about this was the fact that he puts his nose down to people that aren't on his quote-unquote level. That set me off the most, especially this most recent incident where some messages have leaked out about him talking about a disabled child. I'm sorry, if you are meeting a disabled fan, you need to be grateful that they took the time and energy to come see you, of all people, and tell you that you're the reason why they got out of bed that day, that you're the reason why they left their house in their wheelchair, that they're the reason why, you know, you are who you are and why you have what you have. It just, that mind boggled me when I saw that. That right there just really pissed me off and just really sent me over the edge. Like, this kid just needs to go. I'm sorry, he needs to go. We need to stop rewarding his behavior. We need to stop watching him. And then the only way he's going to be able to go away is if you out there stop rewarding his behavior. Because you're probably sitting there like, well, Melissa, you're talking about him. You're giving him what it is that he wants. He wants the attention. And this will probably be the last time I talk about him, because I am so fed up with how he gets away with the way he acts, the way that he addresses people, the way that he is overall. His parents just need to reel him back into reality, give him that reality check, and he needs to eat about 10 humble pies. That's all I gotta say. So as far as he goes, we can do so much better than him. So much better. I'm going to do my left eye and I'll be right back. Alrighty, this is what we got going on so far. I did bring Sangria down. Now, right now, these two shades, I think this palette could have done without one or the other. Because they look rather similar to me. That's just me. So, I'm going for a blown out dramatic eye today. That's how I'm rolling. Okay. The next person I want to talk about, I was steering clear about talking about her, but it just needs to be done. And that is Jaclyn Hill. I'm not going to talk about the whole lipstick gate, the whole situation of what happened. Everyone knows what happened. But I do want to say that when that launch came out, I did have high hopes for her. I hoped that she would turn everything around, and this is not the brush I want to use. Sorry, guys. I was hoping that she would turn everything around and show everyone, hey, I can do this. I am capable of making good business decisions. I'm able to turn everything around. And she just made it 10 times worse for herself. And I'm sorry, I cannot get on board with this anymore. Jaclyn, to me, I feel like she does have good intentions, but she doesn't know how to execute them properly. And if she would just tell the truth, that would just make so much of a difference. Really, just tell the truth, Jaclyn. I would not want my nieces or nephews looking up to you because you don't know how to tell the truth. And you don't take accountability for anything. When she came out with her newest video the other day, I was like, she's going to turn this around. And she didn't. I mean, I give her props for saying that for her acknowledging the fact that her launch was a failure and acknowledging the fact that there were problems. But the way she went around those problems was the worst thing she could have ever done. And that she's still not taking accountability for everything just kind of bugs the crap out of me. All right, the next shade I want to put on my lids is this shade right here. This is a nice little foil shade. This palette is terrible with kickback. This one right here, I think it's called Ave Moi or Moi. Ave Moi. Y'all know I'm terrible when it comes to pronunciations. Okay, so back to Jaclyn. I don't necessarily dislike Jaclyn. I just think she can do so much better. And we as a beauty community can do better than to use her as an example of what to do in the beauty community. Because as of right now, she is everything of what we don't need to be doing in the beauty community. All right, let's see how this works. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. I really do like that. It's not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. I thought the payout was going to be a little bit better. But I do see Jaclyn turning everything around. I really do. And I have high hopes for her. I just, as of right now, I dropped my brush. Dang it. As of right now, I would not want my nieces to be looking up to her at all whatsoever. Or nephews. I keep saying just my nieces, but if, you know, one day my nephews want to get into makeup, that's fine. I don't care. That shade is super pretty. I'm really liking how this is coming out so far. Okay, I do want to deepen up my crease a little bit. I want to go into this shade right here, Bewitched. This bluish shade to deepen up my crease. So, as far as, ooh. She's pigmented. For, as far as, you know, us doing better, we can stop giving these quote unquote problematic influencers all this attention. You know, the James and the Jacqueline and the Jeffrey. I mean, I'm throwing Jeffree Star out there because he can be problematic sometimes. I feel like maybe he's starting to learn his lesson. I don't know. But, you know, the Mannies, the Lauras, the Gabriels, all those bigger influencers, I think we can do so much better than putting them on the pedestal for their bad behaviors, and start reflecting on the influencers that are doing good things in this world, because there are so many of them out there that are, whoa, that is super pigmented. That is a lot more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to go into this lightly, just kind of pull this out lightly. I mean, they just, yeah, I think there's just so many more that deserve to be recognized for the good that they do than these ones that are constantly being recognized for the bad. Because you keep rewarding bad behavior, they're going to keep acting like fools. It's as simple as that. We can come together and make this beauty community what it used to be. It used to be great. It used to be something that people were proud of. People wore a badge of honor of being in the beauty community. If we could be that again, if we just stop rewarding these problematic influencers and start focusing on the good ones. I am going to finish up my eye look. I'm going to show the swatches of the shadows in the palette. They are one swipe swatches with no primer as always. And I will be right back with my final look and my final thoughts on the Milani palette. Alrighty, this is the final look. I really do like it. It is fun. It's dramatic. I popped on my Scarlets. In my inner corner in my brow bone, I went into the Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette and used this shade Santorini right here. Gave it a nice little pop because I did notice that in the Milani palette, it really didn't have like a really good highlighter shade to put in the inner corner or the brow bone. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, as far as the whole beauty community situation goes, I do think us as a whole in this beauty community can do so much better than what's going on right now. We can come together, make it to the beauty community that it used to be, make it fun, make it enjoyable again, and not just let it be about these problematic influencers that are basically just in it for the money and in it for all the wrong reasons. You know, we can show this younger generation that the beauty community is a really good place to be. And that makeup is fun and exciting and just not all about the drama. I understand that, you know, drama is going to happen every now and then, but let's not focus everything on the negative. Let's start being positive again, and let's start focusing on the influencers that are doing positive things in this beauty community, minus all the ones that are just out here acting a fool. Now let's talk about this palette. This palette is okay to me. The shades are very pigmented. They are, I mean, you can see there's a lot of kickback. You can see where my brush went into the palette. So yeah, I think it could have done without these two glitter shades right here. I really do think that. They could have gotten rid of these two glitter shades and maybe put in more of like a highlighter shade. They could have made a more of a shimmer shade, kind of like this carrot shade right here, a lot lighter to use, you know, for the inner corner of the brow bone. Like a really light pink would have looked really beautiful, minus these two glitter shades. With these foil shades, Wait What, Avec Moi, ethereal on taupe, probably old-fashioned, you are going to have to use more of a glitter primer or a pigment primer, because the little particles of glitter are going to fall out, kind of like the Profusion shade that I used on Tuesday, because I do have little glitter particles on my cheeks from the Avec Moi shade. There are 5 palettes in this Gilded collection. 2 of them are like this. This is the, you know, of course, the Gilded Rouge. There is also the Gilded Noir palette, which is more of like your darker, earthier tones. There are also 3 Gilded Eye and Face palettes. I may pick those up as well. One is Gilded Jade, one is Gilded Ember, and the other one is Gilded Violet. I do see how all 5 of them can coincide with one another. You can pick these up at Ulta, at CVS, at Walmart, Walgreens, and you can also pick it up on Milani's website. I do have a link down in the description bar if you want to pick it up on Milani's site. It is an affiliate link, so if you do happen to purchase from that link, I do earn a small commission. This video is not sponsored by Milani in any way, shape, or form. I purchased this bad boy myself. I almost forgot to tell you guys the price of these bad boys. These do retail for $20, and that is the eyeshadow palettes, the 2 eyeshadow palettes plus the 3 eyeshadow and face palettes. They all retail for $20 each. This one, it's okay. I just think that the layout of it could be a little bit better as far as the color selection, especially with these 2 shades right here being the exact same. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it. And that is all that I have for you guys today. Don't forget to pick up my glitter palette with Texas House of Glitters. We all know she is super party because she looks like this. Don't forget that these shades are exclusive to this palette only. So if you want to get on the glitter goodness that is Hubster, Mama, Sassy Pants, and Bad Squad, you're going to have to pick this bad boy up and pick it up fast, because it is going. Once it's gone, it's gone. I do have a discount code that you can save 15% not only on my palette, but anything from Texas House of Glitters, and it is right here at the bottom of the screen. I do not earn any money at all whatsoever with this discount code. It is just there for you guys to save some money. And as always, you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Melissa Leah Garrett, on Snapchat as Melissa Leah 1223, and on Instagram as Melissa Leah Garrett. Come on over. We have fun on those pages as well. I do not, however, have a Twitter account, so if you see one with my face and this gorgeous smile, report it because it's fake. Also, if that subscribe button is red, it's the wrong color. You need to change it. And don't forget to share this channel to everyone as well. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit the notification bell. Therefore, you know when I'm posting, even though we mainly know I post on Tuesdays and Fridays. I love you all so much, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye. Ooh. Yeah. 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 Getting my hair done this weekend. I can't wait. Am I recording?